Hey everybody, what's up? I'm Maya Vanette, and this is Some Real Talk, a place where we get real about pretty much everything, giving you exclusive interviews with some of your favorite stars on the rise. And today we have an amazing interview with a star shining bright, Alanis Sophia. You may recognize her from this past season of American Idol because she made it all the way up to the top 16. But her journey in the music industry starts long before she was trying to be someone's American Idol. Alanis Sophia came in as the runner-up on The Voice Kids, or the Latinx version of The Voice Kids, a few seasons ago. And then after that, she went on to become the first Latina representative for Visit Florida, which is in partnership with Florida's tourism industry. And then after that, she was signed to Big Machine label group. Alanis Sophia has a resume longer than long, and we're gonna get into it all today. But before we do, check her out.
I think I've had enough. I get a little drunk. I'll say what's on my mind. I might do a little time. 'Cause all of my kindness is taken for weakness. Now I'm 4 or 5 seconds from wildin'. And we've got 3 more days till Friday. I'm just trying to make it back home by Monday morning. I swear I wish somebody would tell me, ooh, that's all I want.
Alanis Sophia is on Some Real Talk, and if you enjoy this interview, I hope you consider clicking that like and subscribe button down below. Without further ado, let's get into it. You may know her for making it to the top 16 of American Idol, but her journey starts way before that. And we're going to get into it all today with the incredible Alanis Sophia. Thank you so much for being here today with us.
No, thank you for inviting me. Honestly, it's going to be a blast talking to you.
Let's just jump right into it. There's a video on your YouTube channel where you explain your journey in music, and you've been pursuing music for a long time. But before we get into the competition shows, can you pinpoint a moment in your early childhood where you realized you were able to sing and you wanted to pursue music?
I don't know if there's like an actual pinpoint, because like since I was a little girl, I was just always really performing like at home and singing and dancing. I was really inspired by musicals, you know, High School Musical. Like I watched Selena Quintanilla's live performances, and then I was raised listening to classic rock. So when I listened to, you know, Journey, Steve Perry, and Alanis Morissette, I think that's maybe when I really like wanted to pursue music and kind of start uploading covers on YouTube. There's really not a pinpoint though, because I just remember me like dancing and singing to music all the time. So I can't really think of like one certain situation that actually made me really think that that's what I wanted to do. I think it's just what I was born to do regardless, because it's like what I was doing. My mom even said that when I was born, my first words weren't words, they were like singing notes.
That makes total sense considering the fact that you've spent a lot of your childhood pursuing music. So if you didn't know, now you know. Alanis was the runner-up on La Voice Kids, which is the Spanish language version of The Voice Kids. Can you tell us a little bit about what you did between that experience and your American Idol run to help you prepare for coming back on competition singing shows?
Well, with La Voice Kids, I didn't have any experience at all with performing in front of an audience. I mean, even having singing lessons, I didn't have that at all. It was just my passion for music and jumping on that stage head on and hoping for the best. And in that show, it was an introduction to what the industry is. I learned how to look at a camera, perform, you know, in front of an audience, understand like the feedback from the judges, and also like the public commenting online, and how to work with other peers in the same atmosphere, and you know, we're all competing for that one spot, and how to like work around that and try not to think of it as a competition and more of like just a work field of all of us, you know, doing our own thing. And then after the show, once I placed second place, I kept doing more music, and and writing my own songs, even though I was like 12, 13. Like I was trying to still keep that going, and did commercials with Visit Florida. I was the face of the tourism in Florida. And then did commercials with Clean and Clear, flew to Mexico for a Telcel, a commercial for their phone company, and I sung Somebody to Love by Queen. So worked with, Adam Anders, all that thing in that video that you're talking about, just a long list of things. But then I always remember that I had my American Idol dream, and there was just so much going on that I didn't have time to actually jump on the show yet. And then once I parted ways with my label, I had freedom to just jump on the show. And a talent scouter messaged me and said, hey, you want to jump now and you want to go on the show? And I said, you know what, I'm not doing anything right now, I just like parted ways, so let's go. And I think with all of the things that I have done with my career and before Idol, it really like gave me an understanding of who I want to be, or an idea of who I want to be on the show and how I want to present myself. And since I already had experience with La Voz Kids, I already was entering the show with the mindset of I'm my own competition. Everyone else, we're all friends, we're all different artists with different skills that we're going to offer to the table, and it's not a competition in my eyes. It was just having fun and another experience that I can add to the things that I've done.
So comparing La Voice Kids to American Idol just a little bit. So I watched an interview with you that you did with the Permanent Rain Press, where you kind of described that when you were on La Voice Kids, you didn't really go hang out with the other competition. You kind of stayed to yourself in your room. Is that similar or different to how you handled this American Idol experience?
My American Idol experience, it was kind of balanced. I did go out and hang out with some of the contestants, but most of the time, like I tried my best to stay in the room to focus on the songs, because we also don't have a lot of time to rehearse. It's all like rushed, especially because it's live shows. So I was having, trying to balance my social life and trying to have that normal teenage experience with interacting with other people, and also, focusing on the important and serious side of it, which, is staying in my hotel room and focusing on the songs and my performances and how I was gonna, stand here or sing like this and hit the note better or things like that. So I think that's the only difference is with Levels Kids, I really didn't go out much. It was just me by myself, and then with the show, it was just kind of balanced. I tried my best to balance it out.
I completely relate to staying in one's room. This is a global pandemic. I get it. I do.
That's why I'm like, I'll be here for like an hour and then I'm going.
And then, so you mentioned the teenage experience that you were also trying to balance with being a contestant on this major singing competition show. A lot of people need reminding that you are really young. You've just been doing this for so long. So how did you balance pursuing like your dreams in childhood with also being a child and making sure you were able to have a childhood?
Well, I still did normal things. Like, even though I started out my career really young, unfortunately, like I had to make the decision. I made it myself to like do online school and get out of middle school and high school. I didn't really have the normal high school experiences, and with college now, even it's not really working out. I'm like doing it at home because of also the global pandemic. You really can't like do much. But I still like hung out with friends and did normal teenage things, like go to the movies and have sleepovers. Like I still tried my best to manage that, and I still am currently doing that. But I also have this mindset that like things aren't going to be handed to me with like my career, and my life depends on my career at the moment, because it's what I want to do, and it's already hard enough to try to make it on your own in the industry. And I think I try not to distract myself with going out too much with friends and stuff, just trying to balance it out, because nothing against my friends, but they're not going to give me my career. Like I have to work for it myself,
Nothing but facts. No, you're 100% right. But it is great that you still find that time to make room for friendships in your life.
Yeah, no, and especially I also even like try to include them in the career with me so they don't like think that that's all I do. And like when I'm doing auditions for acting, like I ask them, hey, can you read the script and be the narrator or whatever, or hey, can you help me record this, or do you want to help me write a song, or give me ideas or something. Like I try my best to include them so they don't feel like I'm like pushing them away to just focus on this and I don't hang out anymore. So yeah, but it's really tough trying to balance it out. But I mean, sometimes you need a break.
So speaking of songs that you write, would you be willing to sing a little bit of one for us?
I'll sing my song "Back Where We Belong" because it's like one of my favorites and it's out on streaming platforms right now. But yeah. No matter how far you go, I'm gonna be right beside you. No matter how high or low, I'm still gonna climb and climb. We got the boombox blasting out our favorite songs. You've got me feeling real good, dancing all night long. And I know, yes I know, you make my world start spinning every time you're around. It's just the two of us, nothing gets us down. I know, yes I know, we're back where we belong. Thank you.
Ma'am. Wow. That sounds even better than it does on Spotify.
Thank you.
Because on Spotify, there's the music. Wow. Wow. The talent.
Thank you.
And for anybody who's done a year of Zoom University like us, you know the audio quality on here is not that great. So for that to sound like that on Zoom, wow. Wow.
I'm blushing.
Okay, so let's transition back to American Idol. In your Idol audition, Lionel Richie praised you for the purity of your voice and a personality that requires nothing but who you are. In your words, who is Alanis Sophia?
Alanis Sophia is someone who just wants to inspire others to never give up through her story and her music, and someone who just wants to do the one thing she loves the most in the world, which is singing and everything that has to do with the entertainment industry, and just to inspire people through my music and you know, speak up about things that I've gone through. That's me.
You asked Jimmy Allen if Idol helped him discover who he was as an artist. So I will now pose that same question to you. Do you think your time on American Idol has helped you discover who you are as an artist?
Definitely. I already kind of had an idea of who I wanted to be and how I wanted to be presented, but the show kind of reinforced that. And so like I came with my storyboard to the producers, kind of like, you know, gave them my song choices, the image and how I wanted to kind of style myself with my hair, makeup, clothes, and my inspirations and what I want the arrangement to sound like, my original music, etc. So but sometimes like it's really easy to doubt yourself, especially in this industry. So being on the show, it gave me the reinforcement that I needed to like let me know that the image and my artistry and what I'm doing currently right now is what I really truly want to do. And you know, just kind of being that strong artist with many assets to bring to the table, that's what I currently want to be right now. And thanks to the show, I was able to figure it out and stop doubting myself.
All right, well, we're running out of time, but before you go, can you tell us what projects you have coming up so we all can go support?
Currently, I'm writing more music. and auditioning for acting. So hopefully soon you'll either see me on the screen or you'll have some new music out, which I really do want to start releasing more songs again. So that's just what I'm currently doing, is songwriting and trying to get all those songs gathered up to give it to everyone. So yeah.
And y'all, she's doing all this on top of being a college student.
Yes.
Those days, it's hard for me to be a college student and pick out an outfit to wear that I didn't go to sleep in the night before. And she is songwriting, acting, auditioning. Wow.
Yeah. And then trying to balance the social life and all that. I'm like managing.
Gotta remember the friends. So before we go, I always love to close out some Real Talk interviews with our guests by asking, what message do you want to send to your supporters?
The message that I want to send to my supporters is that I'm very grateful that of all the support and the love and the messages that you're all sending me. I read all of them. I try to respond to each, but there's just too much. But I'm really thankful, and I love you, and stay tuned for more music soon coming your way.
And thank you so much for being here with us today. You can follow Alanis on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, and check out her official website, alanisophia.com. Her music is available on Spotify. Alanis Sophia, thank you so much for being with us here today.
Thank you for inviting me. I had a blast.
Me too. And that's a wrap for today's show. I'm your host, Maya Vanette. This has been an episode of Some Real Talk. Thank you so much to the incredible Alanis Sophia for being this week's featured guest on Some Real Talk. If you guys enjoyed this interview half as much as I did, you pretty much have to click that like button down below. And I hope you consider clicking the subscribe button as well so you never miss another amazing interview with a star on the rise. I promise y'all, we got big things lined up. Thank you so much for watching this episode. I can't wait to hear your thoughts down in the comment section below. As always, thank you for watching. And until we meet again, keep it real.